And we're live.
What's good, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Modern Loverz. Look, man, it's crazy. I'm Lance Jones.
I'm Kitty. Hey, y'all, it's Tamia.
It's Charleston.
What's good with it, Keegan?
What's going on, y'all? It's Keegan.
Hey, man, we back with another episode. We done seen a lot of success from the 50-50 video, going half, you know what I'm saying? It is the most viewed video that we have on our channel right now.
600 views. Shout out to y'all.
It's not 600 anymore.
It's not 6?
It's 840 views
now.
Oh,
round of applause for the people in the back.
Y'all did yourselves. Now get us to 1,000.
160 views away.
1K
160 views away from 1,000 views, you know what I'm saying? That's math. If y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
That's math.
He's learning, guys. Semester back, he the new person.
Right. A whole new guy. But we appreciate everything that y'all been doing, showing the love. I'm not going to say I know how y'all feel about 50-50, but if y'all didn't comment on that video already, then it's not too late. The video will be there forever. This is episode 26, right? Episode 26. Yeah, episode 26. We rolling along, giving y'all the content y'all need, you know what I'm saying? Putting it out so y'all get what y'all want. Charles, what you tell the people?
If you ain't loving, you losing.
Hey, it's best said by this brother right here. We got microphones on the show today, you know what I'm saying? Every journey requires steps to make it to the next thing, you know what I'm saying? So if you haven't liked, comment, subscribe already, it's not too late to do so. Follow us on all social media platforms. And by the time the next episode drops, we'll be on SoundCloud. And, it's baby steps. Everything.
Wait, SoundCloud or Spotify?
No, SoundCloud. Yes.
Audio?
Yes, on audio. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Spotify is gonna come later on. I've been communicating with them. We're supposed to be on Apple Podcasts, but I don't know what happened with that. So I'm still working it out with them. And I think Apple Podcasts and Spotify are kind of it's along the same platform. Like you can post from one thing and it sends to both of them. So I'm still working on that. We do have we set up on it, but it's just not, the episode not on there. So I don't know what happened with that. But eventually it'll be all straightened out and worked out. But SoundCloud will be up for sure. That's the easiest one. We just go on there, upload it, and it does its thing. So that'll be like that. Y'all know we run the content reviews. So that's what we got going on today. But Tamia was on vacation. Would you like to share a little bit about your vacation?
It was real cool.
Wait.
I saw.
Tell the people where you went.
Oh yeah. I went on a trip with my friends to Destin, Florida. So, we spent a lot of time out on the beach, caught a lot of jellyfish, made a lot of friends, played volleyball. We went parasailing, so that was cool. I saw a big stingray in the water.
Those are pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
that part.
Those are dangerous. I was on a trip myself, Keegan, and one of our other friends, Keith, who y'all saw in the episode before. Maybe we had a little bit too much fun. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But it's all fun and games when you're traveling and stuff like that. So, shout out to Miami. Keegan got us kicked out the club, but that's for another episode.
No,
Nate
with me.
He showing 4 to 6.
It's all right. It's all right.
That's not what the film said.
The film, we don't know what the film says, so it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We back. We back. So we happy to be back, and let's roll this content out. So y'all ready?
Why we don't go 50-50 in our relationship.
So we don't go 50-50 in our relationship because I work 70 hours a week and I pay all her bills. She a stay-at-home girlfriend because we don't got no kids. We live separately, so I pay the bills at her house and my house, take care of her like the queen she is. And you do stuff, what you do? Just let them know what you do to pack my lunch and stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes I'll pack him a little Lunchable to go in his lunchbox, or...
You make the best Lunchables.
I know. You like the pizza ones or you like the sandwich ones?
I like the ones with the crackers in it and the cheese. And
the
ham.
little sandwich. Yeah, little cracker sandwich.
The little Capri Sun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He usually gotta buy himself something else because he act like, I don't know. Sometimes he act like he's still hungry after that, which I don't know why you still hungry after I just packed you a lunch.
My check go direct deposit to her account every week. I don't want her to feel like she don't.
Why we don't go 50-50?
She ever got to go out and work for anything, so I got my stuff going direct deposit straight to her. If y'all men out there want a pretty woman, y'all gotta do stuff like this. Is this how you get them?
If you want a good woman in your life, why would you not want to pay for everything she has, pay her bills, get her toes, nails, stuff done? I just feel like a real man would do that for his woman, especially if he loved her. You love me, right?
I love you. Kiss me, man. Kiss me first. No, kiss me on the lips.
Not right now.
No, kiss me on the lips.
Stop.
Stop.
Well. Okay, so Charleston said you feel like this is a joke though, so.
Yeah, so like I seen this page. I seen like they page before. It's a joke, but like if you seeing that for the first time, you probably think it's real. So, but let's just pretend it's not real.
No, that's pretend it's
Because
real.
it is real.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Right,
But
let's pretend it's real.
to any brothers out here going through that, you need to leave. Like pack all your stuff and leave. Don't
You
even
ain't
say
even got to
just
pack.
leave.
She in a different house anyway.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Just
well,
change your direct deposit.
Yeah, that too. For the ones that's living with your girl and you doing all that, just pack everything and leave, or pack all her stuff up and put it outside and change the locks.
Well, I wouldn't say that just because you paying for everything mean you got to leave her. Because she could just, if she, not mine, bro. Because
Well-
if she packing you nachos for lunch.
That boy said you make the best. That boy said you make the best Lunchables. The Lunchables are already made.
Lunchables.
That
How you
part.
make the best Lunchables if they're already made?
Pre-made Lunchables.
But on a serious note, though, a lot of guys probably be going, like, they be having to deal with this in real life, and I don't know. I don't think I could do it. 70 hours a week. Now, paying, like, I don't mind, like, paying for, like, the big things and, like, paying for most, but paying for everything, working myself to exhaustion, and she just sit there and look pretty, like, I feel like in 2024, that is not enough.
She not even sitting in front of you looking pretty. That's the crazy
Right,
part.
you sit in your own house. Lord knows what you're doing in that house. Because I'm at work 70 hours out the week.
Every single day. You working 10 hours a day.
Right. Slaving.
You must love your job.
I'm trying to figure out why they not married.
Because she ain't even want to kiss that man.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the problem. And a lot of women are like programmed to think like that. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody is, but like a lot of them is programmed to think like I'm a woman and this is me and this is you and you pay for everything that I need and I don't have to do nothing but give you your kids. And that's it. Like that's not the way to go. Like a lot of women aren't taught to work hard for the things that they need while they're by themselves or like while they're still single or while they're in a relationship, because like you're not his wife, like you're not obligated to none of that type of stuff. And like I know it was just a joke, but like some people it's a reality and it's not funny. It's really sad to see that some people really think like that.
Yeah, I could agree with her on some. Like I could agree because I feel like you should be more independent because you should want to do for your own. You shouldn't want to just sit there and let somebody else work themselves to death, so you could be happy. Even though, yeah, it's a good life to live carefree, I guess, because you really ain't doing nothing. But I feel like I'd be bored. You need something to do, at least a little part time.
Yeah, because at that point you're dependent on him. Like, what if he loses his job? You
What
don't
if he
got nothing
just-
to fall back on.
He just gonna stop talking to you today. What are you gonna do? Cry yourself to sleep? You gonna lose your apartment, go back to your mama's house. What you gonna do then?
What you think, Keegan? How you feeling?
I agree with a lot what they said. Another thing too is if somebody love you, they're not even gonna let you do like work yourself into the grave like that in the first place. So like putting on that type of extra stresses, and if they and like even like I guess in a normal relationship, even if like your man working 70 hours, you ain't gonna be packing no Lunchables. Like you're gonna make sure you have good meals, make sure like you taken care of at work. So when he come home, you know what I'm saying, like he ain't just slouching around and stuff. Like he happy to be home. Cause some dudes be having to come home and they sit in the car for a little bit to like mentally prepare. Like your man doing that, that ain't it. So if a dude gonna be, if you in a situation like this, and it's to where like like it's not as bad as this where like you taking care of, like 2 minutes earlier y'all like married, so that means y'all like in the same house and stuff. That's still rough. Well, no, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. The more I think about it, the more crazy it is, bro. Like, don't be in no situation like that. Let me just nip that in the bud right now. Don't be in no situation like this. Run for the hills. If your situation look anything close to this, just go ahead and get up out of there. I ain't gonna lie.
Right, she love herself more than she love you. And I feel like in a relationship, you should love your person. Well, you love yourself, but care for your person on an equal stance.
Yeah, I think y'all hit on it perfect. Somebody in the comments said working 70 hours a week is unhealthy, and if she cared for his health mentally, emotionally, physically, she wouldn't be okay with this. Also, doing this for a woman that isn't your wife is bonkers. I don't know.
See, that's what I was trying to say. They just better at articulating it.
Yeah, I think like a lot of, and this is like a bigger guy, but I'm just putting it into perspective for like bigger guys who, I feel like when women automatically like see a guy, they judge him physically first, which just like a man would judge a woman physically first, and is attracted to him. But I think like bigger guys have to do more things to please their women and keep their women around if they're with a girl that is of a nice frame, nice figure.
That's only if she don't like him.
Well, I feel like I agree with that, but I feel like on the other side of the coin, it's kind of our fault as well. Like, there's some men, kind of like how you said, like, a woman shouldn't expect a man to take care of her just because she's pretty. Some dudes out here doing that. Like, they see her, they like, oh my God, she's the baddest woman I ever laid my eyes on. Let me do everything for her. And some women experience that, then you see that on social media, so it's like, well, if she get that, why can't I get that?
The same thing, yeah. I think, and that's the thing, like, about society and, like, the way that society looks at things now is more so from what can I get out of the next person than rather, like, what can I contribute to a relationship, or what can me and this guy or girl build together to make life easier or less complicated. But not to mention that, like, that's like kind of like the whole reason we started the podcast. Love in general and the way that people look at love now has just changed.
Yeah.
So what our show gives us a chance to do is really just to break down stuff like this and let people know that, like, this is not the way that love is supposed to go. I mean, and I'm not going to say it's always 50-50, and you'll always hear any older person say it's not always 50-50, because if you're giving money, say you give 100% of money, but you ain't giving no time.
Right. So
you're 100 money, but your wife is 100 time. So it's like, okay, you time, and everybody knows time is money. So if your spouse is putting in the same, if your spouse is putting in the time, but you putting in the money, yeah, that's 50-50 right then and there. Yeah. Y'all breaking even just simply because you can't contribute to the time aspect. Now, like, as far, it's a big boy, so I mean, I would understand why he would be still hungry after just eating a Lunchable.
That part. And then I wonder if she cook for him in the morning, like have a hot meal in the morning when you come home, but they live in separate houses.
Some girls
so
don't even know how to cook now.
If she like, cooking nachos for him for dinner and lunch.
Nachos, canned cheese, bag chips, yeah.
She light.
She
probably
good
got the
too.
chicken from the Walmart rotisserie rack.
Shit, apparently they sell canned chicken now.
Yeah.
You know about that?
Yeah.
Canned chicken.
Canned chicken.
Chicken in a can. You season it up a little bit.
But you gotta drain the juice out of it.
It's crazy.
It was just drain the juice out of it. Shit, you can have chicken all the time.
Yeah.
You know.
Couldn't do
But
it.
it's crazy that some people really go through these type of things in a relationship, like where you have to give you gotta put all your cards out there before you can even get a girl or guy like to just want to be around you. I feel like it's guys first though. So.
Yeah, because it's guys. Because I feel like y'all, not y'all, but y'all be love bombing on some stuff. Like, you're like, okay, she don't want me by my appearance. If I give her this, she gonna want me. If I give her that, she gonna want me. And it's not gonna force somebody to want you. They're just gonna stick around a little longer because they know you're giving out stuff.
Right. If you ever feel like that, it's just best to stop it where it is.
That part. If that girl wanted you, she would just mess with you just because.
So, like, what about if somebody asks you, when they first meet you, they say, well, how much money you make?
No.
I feel like, why you worry about that?
That's
you
none of your
count my
business.
pockets.
Yeah.
Hey, what you think about that, Keegan? If a girl walked up to you and said, how much money you make, right? The first time she met you.
I'ma just look at it like something wrong with it, bro.
That part. You better.
I'm just know she not serious at that point. Like that's the first thing you heard, bro. I already know what's on your mind already. So we don't need to continue no other conversation.
And like if a dude was to ask a girl how many bodies you got or how many men you slept with, then she like, oh, how dare you? And it's like you just asked me how much money I made.
Which is the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's a harsh reality we live. I mean, it's all interesting though. Like really, just full circle. Like these things come back around, and there are like this thing says boyfriend says he works 70 hours a week to pay all his girlfriend's bills so she doesn't have to work. But it's crazy because in like other like I'm not gonna say other communities, in like other cultures, and somebody says in the comments, men from other cultures do this, and no one says a word. How y'all feel about that?
I feel like a lot of times in other cultures, they're also actual partners and married, living together, doing all this, and the man is doing that.
They have a lot of like big families.
Yeah.
Like they'll be having
Yeah.
2-3 wives,
Yeah,
7, 8
different.
kids.
It'd be like one huge family.
Right,
It's
you
a
have
family.
to
They're not a
take care of
family
them.
yet. They boyfriend and girlfriend living in 2 separate houses. Not even living in the same house. Like they're not together. In like you're technically still single.
Right, you
And
don't have to
that's
take
why
care
this
of
is
her
a
at all.
problem.
At least with the man in the other culture, like he got like, you know,
Some sort of structure.
Yeah, he got structure. It's like this is wife number 1, 2, 3. Wife number 1 got little Johnny over here, little Sarah over here, little Samantha down there, and it's like it's organized, and it's like you actually know, like you can see where your money and efforts is going towards. Cause bro could be funding her other house. She could be having another dude up in there. He don't know because he
Living
too
there.
busy working 10 hours
She
a
probably
day.
is. She can't even kiss him on the lips.
That boy, she ain't even want to do that on camera. That's because I'm man watching.
Right, he too busy working 7 hours a day. He don't even know what she doing.
To be as he can't even kiss her on her lips. Man, that's hilarious.
Another thing too is in them other cultures, they be like real religious. So like in the Middle East and places like that, they be like Muslim and stuff. And Muslims, they take all that stuff serious, like Ramadan and all that type of stuff very serious. So it's like, even then, like y'all see, like they can't. A lot of women have their faces covered. Like you can't see your wife's face until you're married. Until you're married, you can't see her face, and then you might still be the only man that sees her face. And so like that's another thing too. They guarantee to be virgins.
Take their relationship.
So like stuff like that, like they take that stuff serious. But see, that's the thing too. That's like like you said with structure. Like they know what they get. They know they're getting a virgin woman that's gonna help with their family and expand their family. Like they gonna make sure they woman taken care of. She ain't gonna have to worry about nothing, and the woman gonna make sure he don't have to worry about nothing outside of like money wise and like his family. Like she gonna make sure the family taken care of, and she gonna make sure he taken care of, and in turn he gonna work hard to make sure his family can eat and everything, and that they feel love. Like it's like that.
We know. I'm pretty sure all of us know people who, with somebody 1 month and 2 months later, they got somebody else. Like
Every other
just
month.
with somebody, and it's like
Got a new
it's
man
like,
every other week.
They flick the light switch on and off, and somebody new.
That's the people with the best friends every day too. How you got a new bestie?
Right.
Yeah.
Like that'd be another thing too with that too though. Like they have to work hard just to even get with the woman in the first place. Not the relatedness. Like you got to go to their dad. You got to give their dad this amount or this, and he got to give you like what's the word? He got to give you like kind of like how we ask for the woman hand in marriage here. But we try and get like permission from the dad. It's like they take that to another level. Cause it's like if you go past the dad or whatever, that's like disrespecting him and them other cultures like. Disrespecting the father is like that's like a serious offense. Like even like when even as a man, they gonna ask you who is your father. Like so that it's serious like that.
Yeah. So how we feel? So how we feel about this? Not I guess not. If the video is fake, it's fine, whatever. But how do we feel about like it in general? Like these types of things, like the man doing all the.
I feel like she is playing him, and he's kind of stupid for not seeing it, and his friend's stupid too for not putting him on game.
Yeah, I feel like no man, or even though if a woman's going through this, should have to put themselves through something like this just to be and maintain a relationship.
Yeah. Even if you claim that you love her that much, it's not healthy. Like it's not good. And if you don't see that, and even if like his friends may be helping him, like even if they doing that, and you still can't see that, then that's a you problem. More than her, because at that point you just idolizing her.
Because you're not even reciprocating the love that you giving out, so it's no purpose of you even being there right now.
Yeah, I think Yeah, I mean, nobody's had to work this hard to be in to work that hard, physically, mentally, emotionally, to just be in a relationship where you gotta give all of like 100% of you just to make the relationship work. So if that's the type of situation you in, it's time to move on.
Yeah, do some deep,
Yeah.
deep self reflection.
Somebody also appreciate it, like there's other people in the world who appreciate people who who work and who are like providers and stuff like that. But you need somebody who's gonna be equally yoked, that's gonna put out the same that you put into the relationship. So
Yeah, fellas, there's one woman who expects roof Chris every night, and there's another woman you take her to the park and she'll be the happiest woman in the world.
Just cause she with you.
Mic
this
drop.
is true. This is true. All right. So y'all ready to roll to the next one? Let's go.
Everybody speaks against that, then they're a misogynist. There's no self work that has to be done. No, there's a man out there that's going to take you for who you are. You don't have to change anything. You can just show up, and this man is going to be everything that you need him to be. But then these women get out here in reality and start moving like that, and treat them like options.
Yep.
And then they're like, well, damn, this is ridiculous. Oh, man, ain't nothing. No. You need to look in that mirror and do some self work. Your ass is not perfect. I said something a while back. Women all the time say, hey, I'm not perfect. But what have you ever heard a woman admit to doing wrong?
It ain't too often.
So if they can answer that question for me, then we can further this conversation. But
Absolutely.
again, women have unrealistic expectations, and anybody that calls them on that is a villain.
Yeah.
That's bad. How we ever gonna get on the same page if y'all refuse to be accountable?
All right. So that's from dating and relationships. I think I believe they're a podcast on YouTube as well. So any like content reviews that we're doing, we're getting them from Instagram. We save them stuff like that, and we're reviewing them. So we appreciate all y'all that's putting out the content, that's allowing us to go over y'all stuff and everything. So we appreciate y'all for that. So how we feeling about that? What you think, Keegan?
I mean, he hit it a lot. Like he hit pretty much the nail on the head, and that comes a lot from like the culture we in now. A lot of the culture is not like accepting people for who they are, and that's cool. But it's also like they be a little delusional with it. Like they don't tell them the truth. Like it's cool to accept somebody who. Okay, let me say it like this. They don't tell them the consequences of doing what they're doing. So it's cool to accept somebody for who they are. But if you're a woman going around sleeping with men and stuff like that, you're gonna get attention from men. But the consequence is you're not gonna get the attention that you would want for your future from men. You're not gonna find a husband. You're gonna find men that want you for right now. That's kind of like the same thing like what you were saying with the women, like the unrealistic expectations. Like even like when they be like, I want a man to make $100,000 or this and this. Like the other side of that is you got a lot of competition now, and if you got to be more than just pretty now, because pretty much everybody pretty now. So you got to have something more than that. And so it's like, it's like if that man don't want you, another thing is like if that man say he don't want you, oh he must be gay now, or he got to be gay. It's like no, a lot of it now is men are doing more than just relying on the thing between their pants now. They using their other head. A lot of it's not realizing like I'm not trying to deal with that type of stress, like, and it's like that come from the internet, like women y'all exposing yourselves, y'all do it to yourselves, like I don't know, y'all get on the internet think y'all could just say anything. I'd be like shit, okay, if you want to tell us, go ahead, I ain't gonna stop you. The more information the better, but like we could see it now, and it's like it's just adding on, and it's like women just keep going doing the same thing, talking to their homegirls, like oh yeah this and this, and y'all boost their head up more and more. They don't get no reality checks. Men get reality checks. Your partner do something dumb, hey bro, what you doing, bro? Like you need to lock in. Y'all lucky I can't remember the Mo 3 lyric right now. He said some fire stuff in the song Broken Love. I'm trying to tell you, like, oh here you go. He said, I told my partner he gotta take care of his kids and man up. That made him mad, but I'd be wrong if I never said nothing. That's the story of a man's life. If somebody really messing with doing something dumb, you tell them like, hey bro, chuck them. Like they know it's coming from a place of love, and I don't think women get a different type of love. Men get the love of, hey bro, this how it is, you know what I'm saying? I want you to do better for yourself. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Women get that pamper love and wanting them to feel good about themselves.
Yeah. Now Man, that's crazy though. Like the Mo 3 lyrics, they hit hard because like when you think of your friends and who your real friends are, it's the guys who gonna call you out on your BS, not to just tell you like, oh man, like that type of stuff happens. Like they gonna you'll say like it happens sometimes, but you gonna get the tough love in the beginning first. You gonna be like, look, this is what you should have done. You shouldn't have did this. You gonna get like your real boy's gonna chew you out first. They gonna tell you like you should have done that. This is why you should have done that. X, Y, Z. Could go down the list. You may feel like it's the worst thing ever just going on. But not like an associate may say like, oh man, dang man, I'm sorry that happened to you, and they won't. But you won't get this. It's not gonna be the same as your real friend telling you like, nah, dog, you messed that up. You gotta do that better.
Because they actually care about what your outcome is. So
they care about it.
Yeah.
But it's like for the accountability stuff, and you hit it good on this too, Keegan, with just the whole like accepting everything in society now. Like everybody knows society is like totally different now, and what people say is what they say, and it's like that's the end of it. They no questioning about it. Is you leave it at that. That's it. But a lot of people don't understand that what it does now is it paints the narrative as like you can't have a simple conversation because if I tell you something and you disagree, I already said that it's over, it's done. Right. So nobody gets that. Nobody now you just have to accept people for how they are and what they say, and there's no type of conflict. But before it was everybody was open to change, everybody was ready to make change and stuff like that. But now it's like if I didn't think it'd change on my own, you ain't gonna think it'll change for me.
That, or if they don't like what they're hearing, they go in one end right out the other.
Mute it.
Exactly. So.
Which I kind of agree. I feel like a lot of women aren't ready to accept the consequences of their actions. So, not so. And a lot of y'all friends aren't real friends. Like y'all hang out with each other and they low key be envious of y'all, so they want to see you fail. So when you do make this mistake, they not saying, "Hey, that's not what you're supposed to do." They sitting there saying, "Dang, you could have did that, but I ain't gonna tell you because let's see how you gonna play it out."
Yeah, to kind of like hit off what Keegan said, like everything goes back to accountability, and I think we talked about this. I don't know if it was on another episode or off camera, but like accountability for men and for women is like different. Like a man, kind of like what Keegan said, what you said, is like straight to the point. Like, hey, you ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to go right. Why the hell you went left? Or like a woman, it's like, oh girl, it's all right. We all mess up, but it's like, no, you need to tell her like, go like, you're not supposed to be doing that.
You know which way you're supposed to go.
Right. Don't act dumb and clueless now. Like, accept what you did and do better next time.
How we gonna change this?
I think girls just get themselves a pass so easy now.
Yeah.
Like with the whole girl mad thing and I know that's a joke, right? I know it's a joke.
It's a joke, but it's not a joke.
It's not a joke though because girls. It's really not a joke because girls really just like, it's like, oh, I'm just a girl. Like, okay, and it'd be like crazy stuff. It's like you knew you wasn't supposed to do this. Like you met like prime example, right? You a baby, you a kid. Your mom said don't touch the stove. Your brain's gonna tell you, okay, my mom said don't touch the stove. But why did she tell me don't touch the stove? So you find out why she told you. But that like girls carry that on all through their life. All through their life. Like you know that when you get over you're supposed to use a blinker. Why you not using the blinker when you're getting over?
And it's like,
exactly.
It's kind of
I'm just a girl.
Stuff, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like.
And then you just say, "Oh, I'm just a girl." Okay, well, just
sorry,
take this
I can't help it.
Yeah, it's kind of like they get like a little bit more like leniency, like when they mess up compared to us. It's like we mess up, it's like the end of the world. Like, how could you da da da? And it's
like a man can't do wrong. Like if a man does something wrong, it's like
it's either right or wrong, no in between.
Right or wrong, no in between. We're not giving the same grace.
Yeah.
Like guy comes late to a meeting. Okay, you fired. Girl comes late. Oh my God, just they had this puddle and I wanted to walk around it, but I couldn't walk around it because they had another puddle next to it. And then I tried to pull a door and it opened, but then I dropped my lip gloss. Like, oh my God, like it's always something. It's always something. So, how you feel about this, Tamia? You just a girl?
I mean, I am just a girl, but I'll be saying that as a joke. But anyways, so. But I was like, as y'all were talking, because I liked what Keegan said about how for girls, like when they make a mistake or like they do something wrong, like they need a little bit more pampering than what a man would be. So when y'all was just talking, I was just thinking like, well, why why like do girls get a pass? Because in our reality, like we do. And so I'm just thinking like maybe it's because just the way that we're raised. You know, daddy's little girl, and that's different from the way my dad is gonna treat my brothers. Like it's just different, and that's the stuff that we grow up with. Not to say that it's any excuse, because it's not, but like that's something that's gonna have to change within like the home, because I mean if not, like that's just how we were brought up. That's what we're used to. Like if
That's
I make a mistake,
society.
like I want to know that I'm wrong, but like I don't want to feel like, oh my God, why'd you do this? Like
Right,
you
it's the
need to
worst
do that.
thing in
Like,
the
like
world.
no, it's okay. We all make mistakes. Next time, do better. Something like that.
Yeah.
But like, and a lot of times, like, and even I've went through this. Like, I know I make a mistake, and like I'll ask my friends, like, if there's anything that I need to do better, you know, help me do better, and you know, they do that because like I set that up with them. Like, you need to let me know if I'm making a mistake, and they do that, and I really appreciate it. But sometimes, you know, you get the, well, I see this a lot, you know, you know, you do you, nobody gonna tell you nothing, you know, slay queen. I don't even know, like all that other stuff that
Right.
y'all be saying, like that's actually cringe, is like slay. Like it's not
Like,
even
you
a
did
joke no
something wrong,
more.
but sleep.
And you not even
Right,
helping
like-
me, right? You
like,
just like, oh well.
Ain't nobody
did
gonna
so
tell you
wrong, but
nothing.
sleep.
You hit the curve and you bust your tire, but slay.
Slay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Slay.
Like yeah. Ain't nobody gonna tell you
Like,
nothing
who
for the
put
stuff
that
that you
there?
do. Like it's just no accountability is taught anymore, or even what you call that, like
Enforced.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like kind of the piggyback.
Hey, no.
Like society
cap,
see,
boy.
like okay, like she was saying, she wants to be corrected, but she don't want to be like drill sergeant corrected. Women respond more to a gentle approach versus men. If they have a conversation with some men, it's gonna go one ear out the other. Versus if you scream at some people and they be like, oh, that is what I'm supposed to be doing.
I don't know.
Well, not scream, but you
Well,
know, like more of
I feel
a,
like-
not
You gotta
scream, but
get
you know, like
screamed at
more of
for
a
it, man.
direct approach.
I mean, sometimes your partner gotta yell at you to get it across. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
I also think it's easier for women to correct women and men to correct men just because of the way
I
that
don't
we
think
know.
so.
But it's harder. You don't think so?
No, y'all
Women
don't be
can't
correct.
take, but
Y'all
women
don't.
can't
no,
take
it's not.
correction from
Yeah,
men.
they don't.
Well, that's
Y'all-
what I'm saying. Like I think it might be easier for a woman, like a girl, to correct another girl.
Yeah,
yeah.
because you can
Because
see
of,
where
like
she
for a
coming
man to
from.
correct another man.
But not necessarily. It's got to be a woman that corrects a girl, because because like just like Keegan said one time before, his mom could tell his sister something, and she hears it totally different than
From her sister said.
from the sit. Like it's not going. Keegan might not even know what's going on or what's being said, but his sister and his mom had that connection. It's like, I said something, now you understand what this means. And girl talk, do X, Y, and Z, and she may break down crying. It may be something that like where it's just a light bulb that turns on right then and there. Now she hears everything. But if a dad is to tell it to a daughter, it won't come across the same. The daughter
That's
gonna break down
true.
crying. She gonna run off, and then dad.
Because it'd be like more of a
dad's gonna
rough
have to
approach.
apologize
I think it's
and
like
find something.
I think it's about the emotional appeal, like when you telling somebody something.
Yeah.
Because like as men, like we very logic driven. If you drill it into us, it's like, all right, I get it. As a woman, that's kind of where we are. Like you kind of soften it, but like now society really soften it. It's like it's so much cushion. You wrap it bubble wrap.
Yeah, they got
It's
this
like-
girls stuff
It's
now.
like,
Oh
it's
my
so
gosh.
cushion. It's like you're not really telling them that. You're just making them feel good without addressing the problem.
Because like when my dad needed to tell me something, he would shout it at me, and that was the end of it. That was it. I understood then. It was simple as that.
Mm-mm.
But for a girl, it's
can't
not the
do that.
same. You can't do it. Now he shout at you, and he gotta apologize, and then it's gotta be followed up with a gift or something like that.
Then you
Like,
gotta sit
that's
down at
a-
the
It's
table.
like,
We
right,
gotta
it's like
conversate.
it's like you made a mistake, but now I'm apologizing.
I'm apologizing.
and you
Because I
get
hurt your
rewarded for
feelings
being
when you.
rewarded.
Like, but that for guys, that shit ain't gonna happen.
No.
I got an ass whooping. My dad didn't come over to ask me how I felt. Are you okay, son? No. He didn't come over there and say, do you know why I whooped you? No. But my mama would say that. My mama say, well, I hit you because X, Y, and Z, whatever.
Yeah.
My daddy, he ain't come say that shit.
Yeah.
He might
Well,
say,
maybe
hey,
so.
bro, you
My
wanna take a
people always
ride?
talk
That's
to
it.
me.
That's the most you're gonna get. You wanna take a ride? That's it.
That was the
Hey,
apology.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, we're going to the store.
To the
You
new
gonna buy me
belt.
something?
And wasn't getting nothing. It was just take a ride. He gonna pick up something from his friend. We wouldn't even talk.
Right, just
I'm
sitting
sitting
in the
over there
truck,
looking out the window.
That's just showing y'all both cool
You know
again.
what I'm saying? But it's over with. Like I understood it, and and I guess I mean, it's always men don't really. And older men, y'all really need to hit it. So you got older men that watch our channel because I be watching the age things and stuff like that. Older men, if you have a son, whatever age, whatever it is, tell your son you love him. It don't matter You know what I'm saying? When this video drops and this gets posted to YouTube and then Instagram and TikTok, all other platforms, you know, call your son, tell him you love him. You know what I'm saying? Be engaged in your son's life and whatever you're doing, no matter how old he is. It's never too late to tell your son you love him. I mean, you always gonna tell your daughter you love her. You know, that's just because girl, dad, whatever. But your son needs to hear, like, men, stop what you're doing right now. Call your son. Like the video first, then call your son. Tell him you love him, man. Like we just need to hear that type of stuff. It just it's just full circle.
Then tell him we told him that and send him the video.
Yeah, then get him to subscribe. I love him too. Just tell your son. You ain't gotta do all that, but just tell your son you love him. You know what I'm saying? Men, call your son, tell him you love him. That be the end of that.
So I feel like going forward, like society-wise, people just need to be brutally honest with each other.
No, because you can't do that.
You can't talk
You
to
can't,
me.
right? You can't talk to me brutally honest.
You gotta be brutally honest, but you need to have the emotional intelligence to know how to deliver that message to who you're talking to. If you know you're talking to someone who gets emotional and stuff, you might have to, I wouldn't say beat around the bush, but you gotta soften the edges a little bit.
Right.
So
But that's what society is doing right now, and y'all are saying that the message isn't being delivered.
Well, you can deliver a message a certain type of way and still be honest at the same time.
Right.
Whereas society is softening, and we're softening to the
message
point
get
where we're
lost.
not being honest. Like at the end of the day, if you're being honest with somebody, you're gonna have to get the honesty across somehow, some way. So like it's gonna hurt either way you tell them. But knowing the people that you're talking to, and also knowing your relationship to them and like your level to them, because my mama could tell my sister something. And I can tell my sister the exact same thing, but because we're literally two different levels, it'll be
Two different
So like I
ways.
need to know how to talk to my sister, and the way my mama talks to her is going to be different. So like you just need to know who you're talking to, who they are as a person, and you know how they react to certain things, and you can still relay a message to them that's truthful, but not damaging to them or their character.
Right.
And this has been episode 26 of Modern Lovers, man. That's the Heat Feel, you know what I'm saying? I'm Lance Jones.
I'm Key. It's Tamia.
It's Charleston.
Miss Keegan, y'all.
Hey, man, episode
Miss Keegan, y'all.
26. 70-30, 50-50, accountability. No, y'all tell us. Put it in the comments.
One person got to do 4 to 6, the other person got to do the other half of that 4 to 6. So one person do 4, the other person got to do 6.
Leave that alone, man. Let that go.
Episode 26, man. We out.
I will love you anyway. Let's go. Even if you cannot stay.